He threw that patch on, make it look like he was in a club, but he was never in a club.
They want to be able to tack like 15 felonies upon jaywalking across the street. This outlaw motorcycle member and it doesn't matter what they stack on you.
Because they're a friend or they know somebody and they start hanging them around and making them an official hang around. Next thing you know, they're prospecting. Before you know it, they got a patch. And I'm going, you've never been in a club.
His dad was a bandito. He borrowed $100 from the club. It might have been 1,000. I don't know. But his own son was 86.
I think it was from that point on, I was like, one day, I'm going to be one of those guys.
And he said, if you don't get on a stand, you're going to lose. You're going to jail. I said, I can't take the stand.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the NYC Club, or motorcycle clubs. A lot of things people might not know, but in America, the bike culture has grown significantly. A wide open road representing freedom, adventure, and rebellion. Thanks to mainstream media, movies, and TV shows, motorcycle clubs have captured the public's imagination, increasing their popularity. For those curious about bikers and their clubs, here are some exciting facts that offer a glimpse into the unique culture, how to identify their members. America has a rich bike culture with 8.8 million licensed motorcyclists. The U.S. has a rich riding culture when it comes to those who love motorcycles, enjoy the company of fellow bikers, from original riding clubs or social motorcycle clubs. They may operate as social groups or focus on specific interests. Prominent clubs like the Harley Owners Group or the U.S. Veterans Motorcycle Club support motorcycling events. Also others like Bikers Against Child Abuse or Women in the Wind engage in human rights activities. The strong club culture fosters camaraderie and brotherhood, or so they say. The motorcycle clubs, whether outlaw or not, boast bike culture in the nation. They uphold values such as loyalty, respect, bringing camaraderie, brotherhood, and a sense of belonging among riders. The family dynamic also ensures members protect one another beyond riding. They share stories, support members, develop lasting friendships, and build diverse social networks around professional social aspects. Also fosters sisterhood. Unlike the common misconception of women aren't made for the open road, the U.S. has several motorcycle clubs that are diverse, that are mainly women. After the motorcycle maids started in 1940, other groups like Femme Fatales, Leather and Lace, Carmel Curves popped up. Outlaw motorcycle clubs often excluded women, but clubs like Messengers allow women to be full badge members, even officer in the club. There are different types of motorcycle clubs. Besides the traditional motorcycle club, the MC, with solid traditions to their memberships, several other groups have evolved. Riding clubs, or RCs, are less formal. The motorcycle clubs bring MC and RC styles. Likewise, brand-based owner clubs, or OCs, have minimal formalities without regular meetings, while moto groups are casual, preferring streetwear to vests or cuts. Clubs are different from gangs. Not every group of motorcycle riders constitute a club. Gangs are typically smaller, less structured, and may engage in illegal activities. Clubs, however, are social groups focused on riding together and supporting charitable causes. These clubs are law-abiding citizens, distinct from outlaw motorcycle gangs, or OMGs. The latter embraced the 1% label after a troubling incident at Hollister. These outlaw motorcycle clubs, or OMCs, have a storied past. Clubs like the Hells Angels, dating back to World War II, veterans and others emerged later, stand out from mainstream clubs with their 1%er patches. The largest OMCs in the U.S. include the Hells Angels, the Mongols, the Banditos, the Outlaws, and the Sons of Silence. There are other clubs like the Pagans, but according to the Department of Defense, Some OMCs are linked to organized crime, contrasting with more than a dramatic motorcycle club. You can identify several members in different ways. Although different club members and sometimes tricky, you can watch out for giveaway signs. MC displays logo or symbols on their attire, bikes, clubhouses. For specific details, they usually attach the prominent club logo to their back of their vest with the club name and a banner on top called the top rock, and the bottom banner is called the lower rock. Clubs usually have traditional color. Not all clubs openly advertise, but since the 1950s, many have adapted traditional colors to wear while riding. These consist of patches sewn into their vests or cut, worn over various outfits, from full leather to casual wear. Likewise, outlaw motorcycle gangs or OMGs use colors to publicly signify their affiliation and territory, kind of like urban street gangs. This usually identifies a spark of territorial conflict with rivals, illustrating the intense symbol behind the club colors. They stand out with their dressing. Motorcycle clubs like MCs or MCCs often sport leather or denim vests with jeans or a t-shirt. Only MCs or some MCCs generally display patches on the back of their vests or cuts. Riding clubs, RCs, rarely openly, often opting for textile or non-traditional attire, with owners clubs or OCs wearing formal suits or leathers depending on the norm. Usually younger moto groups or MGs, bikers may prefer jeans or hoodies. Vest patches signify rank, chapter, club, affiliation, sometimes with symbolic meaning. Clubs have regulations guiding the kind of motorcycle members ride. Members' choice of motorcycles vary by club. OCs often ally with specific bikes, makes, or models. Although riding restrictions are minimal, motorcycle clubs or MCs and motorcycle club MCCs typically mandate brand or types, which may vary from chapter. Typically, many MCs acquire American-made V-twin bikes with at least 750cc, but not necessarily limited to Harley-Davidson models, depending on the club's bylaws. There are regulations to becoming a member. Each motorcycle club sets their membership requirements. MCs typically restrict membership to males without affiliation to disliked clubs. All clubs genuinely mandate a valid motorcycle license and proof of ownership. Minimal age requirement is often 21 for an MC or MCC may also apply. The process for joining the MC or the MCC is detailed, specialized guidelines, while other clubs vary widely in their selection admission procedures. There is a code of conduct. Many motorcycle clubs, whether outlaw or not, have detailed modus operandi. These rules include guidelines on behavior, values, interactions with rival clubs, and protocol for resolving disputes. The social structure of the bike clubs is prominently democratic, with officers elected democratically from local to international levels, serving as long as they meet members' expectations. Surprisingly, many clubs strictly follow Robert's Rule of Order during official meetings, enforcing up to $100 fine for violations. Hierarchy is a thing. Motorcycle clubs operate with structured hierarchy, with elected roles like secretaries responsible for meeting minutes, administrative tasks. The initial organization in the MC or MCC and RCs often include president, vice president, sergeant at arms, road captain, secretary, treasurer, enforcer, tail gunner, member, and prospect. At the same time, some RCs may have fewer structured positions like leader, sweeper, and member. Members have a sense of purpose. While riding motorcycles is the core objective of all motorcycle clubs, it extends into deeper areas. Members chat about their bikes and other automobiles, the weather, family, even work. They can also find like-minded friends across their area of interest and fulfill personal responsibilities while cruising the road. Motorcycle clubs give back to society with charity work. Motorcycle clubs include some outlaw groups, often work in charities, supporting causes, counter negative public perceptions. While some view this a PR strategy, many members participate due to personal connections with the issues, such as cancer or veterans. Support clubs frequently support various charities addressing poverty, hunger, disease, and many members contributing to these causes is an essential as riding. Making a charity is a key aspect of club life. Now that you know a little bit about the club life, let's talk about the Motorcycle Clubhouse, because one is pretty famous. It's the Hells Angels East Village Clubhouse. So it looks like they moved out of the East Village Clubhouse. But this is an article from around that time. Angels ride off from East 3rd Clubhouse. The Hells Angels have been vacating their notorious East Village Clubhouse, and residents in recent days an exodus spurred by apparent transfer to their 6-story building to a buyer. The new owner, Nathan Blatter, the president of Whitestone Realty Company in Brooklyn, said it was not available for media comment. There were fearsome-styled bad boys heading on their hogs after 50 years at the 77 East 3rd Street. We don't know. A lean, long-haired member of the famed motorcycle club, as he moved packing material throughout the clubhouse to the door over the weekend. He shielded his face from reporters' cameras. 2 motorcycles belonging to Angels were parked outside. Across the street was a bright orange pickup truck splashed with yellow flames and the words "Hellbound" pierced with a pitchfork symbol on the tailgate. Last Thursday, the East Villagers rang the bell on the clubhouse door repeatedly after learning the Angels were leaving. Finally, a muscular biker, middle-aged, came outside, his face nearly covered by a sock cap, huge sunglasses, no pictures, he said, declining a request to pose for a photograph. But you can take photos of the clubhouse if you want. Was he gonna miss it? Of course I'm gonna miss it, the black-clad biker replied as he walked towards 2nd Ave. The building, some distinctive touches. The ground floor's red brick facade bears Angels Death Head insignia. There's also a plaque commemorating the deceased club president, Big Vinnie, along with his motto, "When in doubt, knock 'em out."
This is Vinnie, who I think has the distinction in the New York charter, at least, of being the biggest. Are you the biggest, Vinnie?
Well, I weigh about 320, you know, but one of my brothers weighs 335.
Which one is that?
Oh, he's right there.
You want to stand up? Let's see. You don't want to. There he is. 325? Vinnie, stand up a second. Let people see. How much do you weigh, Vin?
320.
What do you have back here?
Oh, my knife.
You don't mind if I...
No, go ahead, dude. Help yourself, you know? If I didn't mind, you're going to do it anyway, right?
What do you use it for? I mean...
Peeling bananas and oranges and stuff like that.
This is your wife over here, right, then?
Yeah, it's my wife right there.
Will you stand up? I noticed that you're with child.
We don't know whose child it is, you know? We're going to figure it out.
What kind of, let's see, Vin, you really block out the whole screen. What kind of life do you think that your child will have with the Hells Angels?
A good one.
But if his life expectancy, like the rest of the Hells Angels, is only 35 years, I mean, how are you going to take care of yourself?
Yeah, you might be president of the United States, you know? You never know, right?
But I mean, what happens to you if something happens to him?
I'll be taken care of.
By the other fellas?
Well, she be taken care of, you know? Which always got to be taken care of, right?
The writer died in 1979 before he could stand trial for allegedly throwing his girlfriend, Mary Ann Chappell, off the roof of the clubhouse to her death, reportedly because he believed she was an FBI informant. The federal government tried for years to shut down the clubhouse under a 1984 law that allows seizure of properties used for drug trafficking. In 1985, it was one of 12 HA hangouts raided by the FBI across the country. The G-men arrested 15 New York City members, confiscated drugs like cocaine. The incident and the resulting convictions became part of an unsuccessful 1994 civil lawsuit by the government to take over the East Village Clubhouse. All that, of course, was a long time ago. Several newcomers to the East Village seem to revere the Angels as heroes. 3 teenagers, female students, who lived in a dormitory run by the New York City for Dramatic Arts on 81st East 3rd Street said they would miss the bikers' presence on the block. Won't be able to tell my friends anymore that I live next door to the Hells Angels. The 18-year-old student who photographed Angels motorcycles on Saturday said her mother lives on East 3rd Street. She's upset and sad that they're leaving. She feels they added character to the neighborhood, and now they'll be replaced by some developer who will build condos. There's a lot more motorcycle club history on the way, only here on Chattin with Staxx. If you enjoyed this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad, start your own podcast. Peace.